Sport on an outrun. Sport's first tendency is going to be to fight the draw to go down this hill. Mike will use a set of whistles to encourage Sport to stay out as far away as possible. The reason we want the dog to stay out as far as possible on these sheep, and that is to prevent them from lifting in the wrong direction. So Sport makes a little correction, gets around to the backside, lies down quietly, the sheep lift off the hay. Now all Sport has to do is walk up calmly, take control, move the stock down the center of the course as much as possible. He's got to guard against this draw, so he repositions himself to get on the right side of the sheep. That causes the pressure to make the sheep go to the left. Now remember, ideally he wants to come down on the left side of this Maltese cross, or the right side from where we're looking at it. But Sport decides to do the most difficult part and put a couple of sheep through there. We'll ask our more advanced dogs to do that a little bit later on. Now notice Sport's positioning. He's got his head down, he's got his haunches up. That's a stalking mode that he will use to control the stock. Notice how he keeps his eye on his stock. He's listening to what Mike is telling him. Mike's talking to him in very gentle tones. Now he's going to drive away. He remains at his handler's post. He's going to use Sport's positioning now on the left side of the sheep to keep them from trying to get back up to the top of the hill. Now when Sport gets too far in front of the sheep, that will cause them to stop. So that's when Mike will recognize that and then reposition Sport to let the sheep move forward a little bit. If you want the sheep to move forward, you have to have your dog around the back side of the sheep. Now he gets Sport to go around on the right side of the sheep again to prevent them from running back up the hill as he makes his way over to the Maltese cross. Get Sport to put a little pressure on the right hind quarter of the sheep to get him to move forward and toward Mike. And what he wants to do now is get the sheep's heads lined up to go into this Maltese cross. He'll have Sport put enough pressure to get him all the way through, not too much pressure to turn him around. He makes it through one way. Let's give him a round of applause. And now what he's going to do is give himself enough room to get these sheep turned around, and watch how he will use Sport's positioning to get those heads turned and make them go through just like that. Right there, he saw the positioning. The sheep had put its head through the wrong way, so he changed Sport's position. Sheep saw Sport, change their mind, and all the way through again. Let's give him a nice round of applause. Good navigation of that. And now what he'll do is walk over to the freestanding pen, try to get there before the sheep get there. That way he can have the gate open in time for the sheep to just walk right in as Sport takes control and guards that exhaust area. Now Sport will come on up on the right shoulder of the sheep. That'll cause the sheep to turn to their left. He'll get their heads lined up to go in the freestanding pen. There's that one lead sheep that wants to give some trouble. Sport has got to show some patience. Come on up just a couple of inches. And you saw that, folks. It only took a couple of inches for that dog to move to get that sheep to go where he wanted. Nice work.